Delco. What is Delco? Urban Dictionary, maybe the best definition of any place in the history of any place. Delco is the nickname for Delaware County. Not just a place to live, it's a way of life. Delco isn't something you obtain with a short visit while you're passing through. Never has been, or don't actually live here, you just won't understand. Delco is something you can spot across the bar while out of town. Speaking of bars, there's 42-to-1 ratio when it comes to bars to libraries. Delco people love being from Delco. I don't know if there's anything special from Delco, except being a Delco guy, I kind of like it.
What is up, Delaware County, and welcome back for year number 4 of Delco Baseball Now. My name is Brendan Ricciardi. Ben Thorpe will be still part of the weekly podcasts during the regular season, but I'll mostly be handling the interviews. So we got plenty of voices to hear going on. We got Cole Romano, Ryan Friel, and Danny Buckton from the 2025 PCL Champion Bonner Friars. That still sound good to hear?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So we are here at our Lens Studios in Berwyn, Pennsylvania. I think before we kind of jump into this season, I kind of want to hear from you guys just about what the experience was like last season. I got to be there for the first and third games of the playoff run. Cole, we can start with you, go down the line, just what that experience was like getting to win the PCL, playing in the championship, and just that whole run.
It was awesome. I had a great time. Very electric. It's awesome.
I think it was a very surreal moment. Coming off a lot of adversity and, kind of building it back up and winning a championship, it was really good for the program and really good for the guys to kind of just be able to get back and, finish off strong in the PCL.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of what he said, we went through a lot of adversity in the beginning of the year, and we battled throughout the season, and at the end of the year, we just snapped our fingers and a spark just lit up. So yeah, it was awesome.
Funny. Yeah, it's funny because you guys went in as the 6th seed, but I would imagine in your clubhouse, you're not thinking we're the 6th best team in this tournament going in. I've been lobbying for other conferences to have like a tournament like you guys have, but it kind of just gives you that fresh start. So it's like you said, you start a little bit slow. How was the chemistry of the team to kind of realize like, hey, we can do this, we're good. How can we just reset and just, go out there and win it all?
Yeah, so I think at first, just because we had a lot of guys who weren't playing with each other in previous years too, so we kind of had to build the chemistry, and it started pretty late for us, obviously. But I think when we found that, that was the most important thing to me this past year. And I feel like that's the main reason why we won, because in the game of baseball, if you don't have good chemistry, you're not really going to go that far.
Yeah, for us all, everyone kind of had a leadership role. No one really just stood out as one. Everyone did something. Everyone, came up and stood up and, was a player, part of the team, and couldn't really ask for any more. There was a lot of questions kind of about what was going on. But there's really nothing more than just honing it back in and building ourselves a very good team with each other.
Yeah, I agree. So everyone always talks about the Bonner brotherhood, and couldn't agree more. It's like we're really brothers. We all got bond together.
Yeah, it was a fun run. I still am mad that I missed the LaSalle game because that day Malvern Prep and Episcopal were in the state semis back to back. So I'm like, all right, I'll go there and Ben will go there. And Ben shows up and he's like, yo, it's already 6-0. I'm like, damn. He's like, no, they're winning. Because going into that game, obviously you guys were the underdogs there. It was Gavin that hit the early home run, right? Do you think that in a way kind of just shocked them, and in a way you guys kind of just took that momentum and just used that to your advantage?
Yeah, the momentum dropped for them, I think, crazy, because I think they came into the game and they were loaded with arms too. So I think they came into the game thinking that they were just going to breeze by and win. But I think as soon as he hit that, we got all the momentum from them, and then you just got piled on the runs.
It was definitely a game changer from the start. I was actually on first base for that. I watched the ball sail right as he hit it. You knew it was gone. it flew, it sailed out of there. Like, it was a bomb.
You just hear it, yeah.
You, right off the bat,
Yeah,
like,
blind
you
person
knew it
could've
was
told you
gone.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like just, at that moment, running around the bases, kind of everyone just build up that momentum. Like, it was crazy as we got back into like the dugout, and you know, just from building off of that, nobody stopped from there. The foot stayed on the gas, and that was it. You know?
Yeah, off the crack of the bat, everyone knew it was way gone. That ball like echoed through the whole MSI.
Here from a mile
Took the,
away.
Yeah.
took the energy right out.
Of course, championship game, not quite in Philly, but Rutgers Camden. That was a pretty cool sight to
That
have
was
a
the
game.
best,
You know,
that was the best
like
place to play.
the views
Yeah.
for all, like the pictures and the broadcast was awesome.
Yeah.
Internet was all right, but that's more of a me problem than you guys. But you know, winning that game and going right down to the beach, I'd imagine there was more to do, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, unforgettable. All right, let's move into this season. So you guys have a lot of the offense coming back. We'll start from the pitching side. Danny, obviously, I'll ask this question to you first. What is the pitching staff kind of looking like? You lost Mike, Johnny, obviously Corey was hurt for most of the year, but even Jack, like that's a lot of innings. So what's kind of the plan to make up those innings?
Yeah, so, I mean, like you said, we lost a lot of guys. We just got 2 new transfers, Jack Coleman from Cardinal O'Hara and then Jake Gorman from Marple, which they're going to be huge for us this year, especially because all the guys lost. I think for this year, a lot of guys who haven't really had the varsity experience are really going to need to step up. Kind of the same as boat that I was in last year. Yeah.
Yeah, because we covered, it was the Marple game, right? Where I think you guys had a couple injuries and we didn't really know much about you. You pitched well that game, and like those non-conference games are good to get those the work before the PCL comes in.
Development. Right.
For you, Cole, behind the plate, I don't know what you guys are doing in terms of workouts now, but like, have you seen anything from the pitching staff? You know, because you were here last year for even still as a junior, it's kind of like compared to the guys who haven't played last year, you're still more of a veteran than those guys. You know.
Yeah. We lost a good amount of arms. They were all like, I'd say veterans, yeah. And I feel like bringing in Jack and Jake is a big step up, and I feel like they're gonna have a great year.
Yeah, I knew Jake was. I didn't know Jack pitched. Did he pitch much for O'Hara in the past?
Yeah, he did.
I think he did pitch a lot. I think he was. What was he, all Catholic for hitting?
Second.
Yeah.
For hitting.
Oh, I had another kid on the team in my head, but yeah, that's good.
No, he looks great. I mean, they both look great, and I think most of our pitchers look great right now. I mean, it's only February, and most of the guys are throwing strikes in your bullpens consistently. So, yeah, I think we'll be good. We just need to have the younger guys who haven't had the experience to really just step up this year for us.
You guys going down south this year?
No. So where are we going?
We're going to Baltimore for a weekend.
Yeah, we're going to Baltimore for
That'd be
a
cool.
weekend.
Still cold, but different set of teams.
Yeah, we're playing 2 really competitive teams. What is it?
Archbishop Spalding,
Spalding and
and Mount St. Joe.
Mount St. Joe.
Okay.
Which we did play Spalding my freshman year in Vegas.
Oh, really?
So it'd be fun, you know, try to get some redemption, go there, start off hot, and come back and get some more wins. But yeah, so it should be some good competition down there. That would be fun.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to the offensive side of the ball. You guys, I don't have the exact number in my head. It feels like you're returning a lot of guys from last year. I mean, obviously Jack's not here, Sergio's not here, Mike Coleman's not here, but a lot of the lineup seems to be pretty similar, and that's got to be a good confidence boost. Like, hey, we've done this before. We know what we have to do, and those guys can lead by example to the younger guys.
In the lineup, it's not really that much different. We still have a lot of guys that are going to come up, bring a lot of power to the plate, consistency, a lot of hitting, like a lot of singles, doubles. We're pretty we have a variety of guys that can do plenty of things. There's not just power hitting. It's not just like that. Like, it's not just trying to hit the ball over the fence. But we have a lot of guys that will spray the ball all over the place and get on base and get us runs.
Danny, are we going to see you with the bat in your hand, or you just PO?
Oh no.
He'll be in the mix for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see Corey hit last year, but he hit really well whenever I saw him,
Yeah, I think just from a pitching standpoint, just because we don't have as much arms as last year, I'll probably be pitching most of the time. So I might get in to hit a little bit with that as well. But, I mean, the bat's been looking pretty good this winter for me. But, yeah.
So you guys probably know a little bit more than I do. What's kind of like the PCL landscape looking like? I know St. Joe's Prep, not traditionally a baseball powerhouse. Seems like they have a ton of arms this year. LaSalle's always good. Like, what are your kind of thoughts on some of the other competition you'll see throughout the year?
We got Prep first PCL game.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I feel like that was going to be a great game. I don't know.
Is that home or away?
Home, right?
Or away.
Away.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
at FDR.
Yeah.
Oh, at FDR, that'll be fun. I have to get to that.
That's our first PCL game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that would be a good one.
It's a good measuring stick like right off the bat.
Yeah,
Like
two good arms, three
Yeah.
good arms. Excited to play that.
Yeah, and I think it's good that we play these competitive teams in the beginning of the season just so we can get that experience down so it's not as hard for us to be facing guys that are throwing in the upper 90s and mid 90s at the end of the season and we're caught up facing like guys that are throwing 70s and whatever. But I mean, last year, I mean, came in as a 6 seed, so like any PCL team could win it. I mean, like it doesn't matter what seed you are, but like the teams that obviously that catch my eye for this year would probably be St. Joe's Pratt, really good pitching. LaSalle's always been basically a powerhouse for baseball. Conway Egan's going to be pretty good this year. Yeah, I mean, any team really.
a lot of good arms in the conference this year for sure.
Wow.
All right, let's talk a little about college baseball. So Ryan, you're heading to Frederick Community College in Maryland. Of course, you're taking some time off from your acting career to come in and talk to us. It's very, very nice of you.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about your whole decision-making process, but can you just talk a little bit about how you ended up there, what your process was like, what you liked about it, and just kind of your thought process?
So pretty much, it kind of started from obviously my August 1st of my junior year. So going into my junior year, it was pretty slow throughout the whole process. It was hard. It was a little draining for sure. But I finally, found a spot where I played my travel ball and got me a connection to find somewhere where I would thrive. And I mean, going down to a JUCO to kind of just like, develop and, end up trying to go to a 4-year, hopefully a bigger D1, like that would be nice. But I mean, the process was just it was hard, but I mean, at a point I found home. So, it was good, but it was bad at the same time. There's a lot of ups and downs, but that's what it comes with. So kind of just got to be ready for that. But, yeah, I mean, it was tough, long process, but I mean, came out and I found where I want to be.
Yeah, and the other day you get to go somewhere where you have a chance to play right away. Like if you went to some of those D1 schools, like you might not even get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like you see some guys we follow, great high school players, they maybe have like 3 at-bats their whole freshman year. And it's like you get to go out, play right away. Then if you transfer somewhere, you're like, hey, I got a year under my belt already. Danny, you're a senior. Are you planning on trying to play college baseball? Like what's your process looking like?
Yeah, so I'm still in the process of finding a school. I'm kind of at the financial piece now, just looking at schools. But during the process, I actually stopped playing football for my junior year. Came back this year, but I ended up winning the state championship, which kind of sucked. It sucked for me because I wasn't there for it. But yeah, kind of what he was saying. I thought it was going to happen much faster as soon as it hit August 1st, and I didn't start talking to schools until really like now and like probably towards like the summer. During summer ball, but I narrowed it down to 3 schools, and just figuring out the financial piece on it right now. But I'm sure I'll make a decision pretty soon.
Cole, just a junior, you're obviously a little earlier in the process than these guys. Is baseball what you want to do in college? I know. Do you play football as well?
Yeah.
Do you know if you want to play one of those? Some people play both. If you're ambitious.
Yeah. I still don't know which one I want to play yet. Still looking. So trying to find the right fit.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, as a junior, like I ended up playing Brandywine my first year, but like I didn't even know if I wanted to play in college. And sometimes you have, whether it be a really good or really bad year, sometimes that just helps with like the clarity of figuring it out. But yeah, just it seems like with the way that things are with like the portal these days, like the college coaches, like they're looking at the college kids first. The high school recruiting has really just kind of slowed things down in that regard. But yeah, just go somewhere good fit, somewhere that you're going to get the chance to play. Last question here. I consider Bonner, in my opinion, the best fan base in high school baseball around here. What's it like getting to play in front of those fans that really just show out for every big game? Even not every big game, just every game in general, just getting to have that support.
It's awesome. I mean, there's people that come to these games from all over the place and travel with us all over the place just to come and watch. So you can tell that like there's really a big support from just anyone from our area. I mean, we have a packed lot all the time. Like I feel like we always have a lot of people there coming to watch, down on the fences, up on the drive. Like we do have a very big supportive family outside of just the team. Like there's so many people and it's great. It feels awesome playing in front of all those people all the time.
The alumni are really passionate too. Like all the guys that used to play there, you always see them liking stuff, sharing stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, our fan base has been awesome for years now. I feel like most of the fans in this feel like they're literally in the game, like always screaming. You can hear them from the dugout and stuff like that. But yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, I feel like fan base is a huge part in our game. We come out, we see all those fans, and we just want to put on for them and put on a good show. I feel like Coach Steve does a great job recruiting, and that's what also brings in a lot of other fans, bringing kids from all over. And yeah.
So you guys, obviously Bonner being a school where you can kind of come from anywhere, right? Like you don't have to necessarily.
Open enrollment, yeah.
Yeah. So you can, live. Where would you have gone if you didn't go to Bonner? Like what public school area are you?
Springfield.
So what was baseball and just sports in general kind of a draw for all of you guys to come here?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to playing at Bonner. They're great in every sport, and the two I play, they're really good in. So
yeah.
Really
You guys do a good job marketing. JT does a great job at just like getting the brand out there, like getting everything on video. Just like, I feel like kids in that, maybe like middle school, like range, just see all that stuff. They're like, I want to have that. Like that stuff matters. You know?
And I think the biggest thing for us is to, like when we were all in 8th grade trying to figure out what high school we're going to is we have coaches that we know will get us to the next level no matter where you play. Coach Steve does a great job with recruiting. I mean, he's helped me out through the entire process, and I'm sure with Ryan too, and all the seniors and then the juniors that are upcoming. I mean, they do a great job getting us to a place that we need to be, and that we will play as soon as we get there.
You're Havertown, right?
Yeah. So I would have went to Haverford if I didn't go to Bonner.
I had people when they saw the short film. Also, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out on our YouTube channel. The signing day short film. I had people saying how good your Delco accent was. I'm like, he's not even actually from Delco. It's just that Delco to Philly, like, it's a thin line.
It is, I actually got a lot of comments on that. So my mom, she's like a real Facebook fanatic. She will post anything on Facebook that is like of me.
Yeah.
When it comes to baseball. So she did post that. And like, so a lot of like my friends and like parents, they're all like, where did that accent come from? Like this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I don't ever notice it, but like, it takes me like a second to notice it. But that was like one of the bigger things. A lot of people were talking about that. And it is funny. I'm not even from Delco. I just kind of picked it up from being around the guys for the past 4 years.
I was going to say, like, the longer you spend here, you just become one of them.
I mean, I'm always around here now.
Yeah.
I mean, like again, back to Cole, what he was saying. It's a brotherhood, and you really do meet like your best friends here, especially around high school. So, I mean, these guys kind of just gave me an accent. This one.
I love it. All right, boys. Well, thank you for taking the time to come in. Wishing you the best of luck this year. I'm sure we'll be out for Game of the Weeks. I think we're getting the Dollar Dog Days back this year, so I'm excited for that. The problem was last year we didn't account for the players wanting them after the game. We sold out. We bought 100 hot dogs. We sold out in the second inning, and then we paid some Strathaven kids to go get more, and then we sold out in the 5th inning. So we saved one for the player of the game, which was Jack Reddick.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we got to show up with like 300 next time.
That was awesome. That game was very eventful. That was Haverford.
Yeah,
right?
it was like 20-10 or something.
Yeah,
it was a very high score.
That was so fun. That game, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think even no matter what, I think we were gonna give that dog to Jack no matter what. I think it was just it was pretty funny. Like I don't like what weren't they gonna give it to him no matter what? Like even if someone else got
he's
it.
the right person.
Like it was just the right person to give it to.
Yeah.
Phil, if he fit, he was the right fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's welcome on Coach Steve DeBarberie here. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
so much.
Yep. Joining us now, we have head coach Steve DeBarberie, not DeBarberie, which I said for the first couple of years.
I never corrected you.
You know who told me? Your mom. Yeah. One of the. I forget what game it was. I think it was at the game at Rutgers Camden.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, it's DeBarberie, right? I'm like, no, but
It was like 2 full years.
I've been getting Riccardi my whole life, so
Yeah,
I'm
you're
used to it at this point.
Some
But
Italian names.
I gotta say, without Brody, this interview isn't quite as fun because I think at least 2 of the interviews last year you had him, and he was just stealing the show the whole time.
You gotta look out for Ben now, my 2-year-old.
Oh, he's mobile now?
Yeah. Brody will be off to the side now. Ben's gonna steal the spotlight.
You got 2 arms. You know,
Yeah.
Dave will hold the microphone
Yeah,
for you.
right.
Yeah. All right. Well, starting off, kind of like how we do with your players, just take me back through how last season was for you guys. You know, you won your second as a coach, as a head
Yes.
coach. Were you here as an assistant for any in the past?
No, I was still in college when we won in 2010.
Okay.
So yeah, my second as a head coach. Yeah, a lot of trials, tribulations, up and downs throughout the year. I mean, we go in. I mean, our first game we lose. Corey Sheridan comes out, you know, grabs his elbow. You know, come to find out the extent of the injury, and it's like, man, you're down one of the best pitchers in the state of Pennsylvania, not even on your team, and so that was a big blow. So it took us a little while to find our fitting, find our groove. I felt like the offense was there all season long. And the type of arms and the amount of arms we saw, I mean, it tested us, but we were right all over them. And if you look at our first few losses, I mean, we had 6 errors, 5 errors in our first 3 losses. So that was the biggest thing to, you know, kind of pick it in the field, make the throws, make the plays, because we knew we would hit with other teams, and our pitching was good enough to keep us in the game. Down the stretch, we found our groove in the field. Some guys stepped up tremendously, like Danny Buckton and Michael Kowalski on the mound, and our offense just clicked.
Yeah, because we saw Mike committed to Alvernia before the season, and Ben and I were like, do you know who this guy is? He's like, nope. But we're going to find out once we saw Corey got hurt early on in the year. What point during the season did you realize that this team was going to be able to make a run like this? Because like you said, the defensive struggles, it took a bit to click. Was there any time during the year where you're like, all right, I don't care what seed we are, like, I'll put these guys up against anybody?
Yeah, I mean, the whole season. You know, you just look at the talent you have in the room and the guys you're bringing on the bus. Like, you know, our whole coaching staff knew, the players knew. Like, you knew it was there. We had just as much talent, if not more, than any team in the PCL. So it was just, like I said, finding the right groove and hitting our stride.
So how are you going to emphasize this year to all the returning guys, like not to be complacent? Like, hey, like you guys won last year, you have to put all that work in again this year. You're not just going to like sleepwalk to it, basically.
Yeah. I mean, you know, playing in our program, it's extremely high standards and even higher expectations. And, you know, when you're surrounded by the amount of talented players we have, and once they find, you know, how to replace I and me with we and us, I mean, you have the chance to do something very special. And just letting these guys know that they haven't competed as a group yet, you know, so they need to make their own identity and be their own team and forget what happened last year and all the success we had last few years. Like, they need to make their own name for themselves.
So your guys talked a little bit about some of the new guys, Coleman, Gorman, who were maybe some guys that were in the program last year, whether it be JV, maybe on varsity that didn't play as much, that you think are going to take some steps forward and be big contributors?
Yeah, because we have, 5 returning from our offensive output last year. We have 3 incoming transfers: Jack Coleman, Garnell Hara, Jake Gorman from Marple Newtown, and Brian Rawlings from Episcopal.
Oh, I don't think I knew that one.
So we have 3 guys came in. We lost a little bit, obviously. Internally, honestly, like, we have a very impressive freshman class and some young guys that can really make a name for themselves. And this freshman class has a real shot to be something special.
Some of those guys were on the media team.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Fred, D'Ambrosio.
Yep.
One more, I think.
Helberg.
Yep.
So, you know, we got a good mix of experience and youth. We only have 5 seniors right now.
actually. So most of our makeup is going to be from the sophomore and freshman class, but I'd say Luke Alvarado and Jaden Raffensperger are two nice young sophomores that, will give us some depth and experience, or not experience, but give us some depth where we need it.
So how do you feel about these guys captains? Two of them captains?
Not technically named yet, but
Gotcha.
yeah. These guys are captains.
How do you feel, for a team that is kind of lacking in seniors, just about the overall leadership, especially because a lot of your juniors played last year too?
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, having that experience definitely helps you being a leader. Our actually 6 seniors, right? One of our seniors towards ACL. But they're all 6 of them are very good leaders amongst themselves as well. So, having a lot of returners, having guys that played, having guys that know your culture, your program is always good.
How much should we put on Kevin McGonigal Rookie of the Year odds right now?
I bet my house on it.
Yeah. I hope with all the way service time stuff is, he'll probably get called up like April 28th, But yeah, I mean, I love watching just the guys that come through Bonner, like Nate Furman's still, I think, the Giants organization right now. I think Jim Haley just hung him up recently.
He did.
Pretty sure. But it seems like, there's so much talent. And as a coach, it has to be fun for you to be able to follow these guys, especially, I think the one year in probably 23, I think you had 10 seniors go off to play in college. I think that class, like Harry and Austin, maybe 24.
That was 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 10 of our 12 seniors going to play in college. It's exciting, for sure. And we've had several draft picks the last few years, several guys going to play independent baseball. Kevin obviously would be our first major leaguer, if and when he gets there. So that's very exciting. But yeah, it's fun. And I'm texting some of the guys earlier today. Corey pitched the other day, Rocco pitched the other day. Just checking in on those guys, following their careers along is always fun.
That's pretty much like one of our main things we like to do is like we have a database of every player from this area that's still playing, just to basically save everyone else the time of going through all their stats and stuff. And I feel like on those like the weekly slideshow, it's like I'm just copy and pasting the Bonner logo, But yeah, I think we were talking about with these guys. I think JT does a great job with just basically putting a look inside. Like you can hear the speeches before the game. You can see like what it's like on the bench, and it just makes people want to be a part of it.
No, he's incredible, and I think we were definitely the first program to bring on like a videographer like that. And you see a lot of other programs following suit. And when we brought him in 2022, because I knew that year was going to be special, and having him capture every moment for these guys to look back on is something like I wish I had when I was their age. Like I can barely find newspaper clippings that, say stuff about our team back in the day. And these guys have clips, videos, full game highlights. It's surreal. So JT does an excellent job, and you see it everywhere now. Basketball games, you see middle school, like 7th and 8th graders, like lined up at the baseline with cameras, and it's become a trend, and it's great.
Yeah, it's like every time we add something new just to our Delco Baseball Now programming, like, man, I wish we had this, when we were here, like the podcast, I think the game broadcasts have potential to be pretty cool, because like the problem is that baseball fields in high school are not built for broadcasting games. So we've had to get pretty creative with how we do stuff. If you saw us at Marple, we were like up on top of the rocks behind home plate. We haven't done.
There's nowhere good to do it in our field.
I feel like we would have to clip the camera behind the plate and then like set up, down the line or something. But I just think just trying to find different ways to tell these guys stories. Like the Delco Times do a great job with the strictly articles, but we're kind of just trying to, venture out and do all that kind of stuff, the stuff to make the passionate Bonner fan base, very happy. But now, how many of your staff members played either for Bonner or played in Delco? Because it feels like you guys have built up a great group of that,
Yeah, most of them. Chris Salvi, our hitting coach, is Cardinal O'Hara alum. We have Lou Sella, who was Bonner. John McCauley was Bonner. My dad was Archbishop Carroll.
Really?
73. But a good mix. But even the Delco, like Ryan Tecco, with our JV, Sean Holland, big Delco lead guy. We just brought in Pat Marley from Archbishop Carroll. He's going to be helping us out this year. So you try and find hungry young Delco coaches that love the game, know the area, and are willing to help and teach for not a lot of money.
It's all about the experience. I'm sure they get those nice quarter zips though.
Yeah.
That's got to count for something. All right, last question for you here. In order for this group to defend that plaque, what do you think is going to need to happen, both whether it be offensively, defensively, just as a team, just in general?
Just come together as a team. I think we have to shore up some infield pieces and kind of get a set infield going forward. Putting a team out there that can, like I said, make the routine play routine. And, I think offensively we're going to be putting up numbers this year. I think we're going to be one of the best offensive teams in the area. And I think we have enough arms and, to keep us in games and get us to the end.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys for taking the time. All of you guys taking the time to come in. Looking forward to getting the season started. It doesn't feel like baseball weather outside, but hopefully we'll get back out there soon.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.